Hey guys, what's happening? Thought I'd do a real quick video about how to turn your Walther P99 concealed carry holster into a duty holster if you are going to start carrying this thing on duty. So here's my gun end holster. Get that thing out of there. This is the finished product here. This is CQC holsters by Blackhawk. So I had bought this thing years ago as my concealed carry holster. I carried the P99 as a concealed carry firearm for years now, and I just recently qualified with it to carry it on duty, but I didn't have a duty holster. So this is the original attachment that went to the holster. It would screw into the side of the holster from here, and then you can either, depending on which way you configured it, whether it would cant forward, straight, or backwards. And then it had this little retention right here. This is a metal one I crafted after the fact. The plastic one that came with it broke, so I grinded out a piece of metal, put a screw through it, and then called it a boom done. But this wasn't going to be sufficient for duty, obviously, because, you just could slip it right on and off the belt. So I had looked online, and there was holsters available for the P99, but they were like well over $100, some close to $200, like $205. For a duty holster made of leather. It's like, get the hell out of here. I'm not paying no $200 for a piece of leather, unless it's a coat, and even then it's going to be a damn good one. So I was like, well, that's bullshit. I already got a holster that does just fine. It's like, so maybe there's something I can find. So I looked on Amazon, and I found, and this is, I guess, the part number and such, if you can read it. Probably not, because I'm moving around too much. Blackhawk mid-ride duty belt loop with duty holster screws, sports, and then it says a P2, P72, G323, and then over here B003, R2, QRJG. I don't know if that's part number or what, but anyway, it was a whole $17. $17 on Amazon, Blackhawk mid-ride duty belt loop. Comes with the screws, and it didn't fit exactly like this is it now, but I did have to modify these two screws a little bit. The one on the right, you see, this one, that's the one that came with this original holster. And then I had rounded out the other one, so I ended up having to drill that thing out and get another screw that had the same the thread, so it would fit into the holster. And then cut it down to size with some bolt cutters and put it in there, and now it's good to go. So it's the two screws that hold this loop onto the holster. But it's perfect now. This thing's like, I believe it'll fit 2 1/4 inch duty belt. But, it's perfect now. So now I got my new duty holster, the P99. Just goes right in and out. Thumb brake, so figured I'd just do a quick shoot and explain a little bit about it, that they do have duty holsters for the P99, but if you're not wanting to pay an exorbitant amount, like $200 some odd, that's ammo, that's damn near another gun. So there you go. If you already have a concealed carry holster for this thing, you want to carry this thing on duty, that's what you do. You spend the $17.80 in taxes, if applicable, on this loop. Take the two screws out to pull this thing off. They're right up there. That just comes off. That's how it was on there. Just kind of screwed to it. And then just kind of slid over the belt. So take that off. Put the screws back in, assuming you didn't break yours like mine, and then you had to make a new one, so it should be much easier. And I did have to, like I said, drill in a little bit. Like, they didn't fit exactly. Like, I believe these are... these holes are 1 inch apart, but on the holster, the thing that the screws thread into, those are just a little bit further apart, maybe 1.25 inches. So I got a drill, and I drilled just a little bit of plastic over here, a little bit of plastic over here. Then was able to fit it, so there you go. And so my final thoughts are, that's the way you want to do it to save some money. I like it. It does the job just fine. Just a regular old holster with the thumb brake. Comes right off, comes right out. So yep, there you go. Blackhawk mid-ride duty belt loop. $17 versus $205, so that would be my recommendation if you want to carry your Walther on duty. Probably, I would assume this holster also fits the PPQ and such. I don't know, I don't own a PPQ, but from what I can tell, those guns are very similar in shape and size, so if you have a PPQ and are considering the same thing, I would consider a very similar setup. Alright, thanks guys, and good luck to you.